Real Animals Fishing Show is presented by Yellowfin Yachts. Hey gang, today I am stepping way outside of my comfort zone. We're about 30 miles east of Tampa. My very good friend Captain Ben Marshall's taking me bass fishing. We're on some private lakes. Ben set the whole thing up, called me, said, Mike, you gotta come do this. It's crazy. Whatever you guys do, don't touch the dial. It's gonna be off the hook. Ben's got us floating the boat here in a pretty deep lake, about 35 feet so far that we've seen on the machine. And right now it's early spring. There's fish up shallow, and there's a lot of fish on these humps that are coming up to 7, 8, 9, 10 feet of water. So right now that's what we're doing. We're kind of floating around looking for those humps. Once you find the hump, the structure, that's where you'll find all the bass kind of concentrated. So that's what we're doing now, is just kind of working our way around. I'm looking at the machine. Ben's on the trolling motor, and we're just trying to navigate this lake, kind of figure out where the best piece is, start fishing. Might be right there. I want it.
That's a good fish. Isn't that the thing you're supposed to say on every fish? Nice one. Nice. That's a nice one.
That's a good fish.
Hey, this is a good way to.
That is a nice fish.
Yeah.
Way to open, huh?
Nice one, huh? Okay, we're gonna put you right back in there, buddy. Look at the color. Where's your daddy at?
Oh, we got fish stacked on this hump, Benny, right underneath us. Boy.
Hey, little buddy, where's your daddy at? They have to. Easy, easy, fella. I'm gonna get you out of here. Just like that. Little guy. 16 foot. So right in here, Mike. I'm kind of staying in front of that pine tree.
Fish. Oh, Michael. Oh, you got mono, you got a reel, kid. Oh no, he's on there. Dude, that one really wanted it. It's a nice fish too, Benny. Oh, look at the size of that one, just broke me off. Whoops. That one ate it and swam at me. I thought I lost him. Wow. I'm using a swim bait, the Shadalicious. Just throwing it on a jig head. Ben said there was a lot of shad in these lakes, so I went Shadalicious this morning on a pretty heavy jig head. Sharp hook. Strike King makes the best jig heads, in my opinion, in the business. Real sturdy hook, quality hook set. Shadalicious, great looking bait. Again, just like in the saltwater, you get that vibrating tail, draws that fish's interest.
I think you just like saying Shadalicious.
I do like saying Shadalicious. It's a cool word. Strike King makes baits with cool names.
Look at this fish. Look at the black tail.
Oh wow, look at that. Hmm?
Look at the black, look at that black tail. That's a pretty fish.
That is a pretty fish.
All right, buddy. Smile for the camera. Yeah, that's probably a solid 3-pounder right there.
Yeah, and I've lost 2 that were way bigger. I was so bummed. I'll just have to catch them.
Everybody always loses the bigger one.
Of course.
Hey, little buddy. Carry on. I do get deep. Where'd that come from?
I don't know. Your voice gets deep when you get a fish on. It's so weird. I don't know anybody else like that.
Hey, little buddy.
Oh, nice release, Ben.
Nice release.
Oh, another one with a black tail. nice fish too. I want to do the fist pump like the guys on TV, huh? Roll over on the nice carpeted boat and be like, yeah! But they do this whole whip thing, you know, they just whip them in the boat. Saltwater guy's much more gentle with them. Rod's down behind you, Benny, don't step on it, buddy. Look at that, huh? Look at that. What a cool fish. When they hit it, they lump it. Little strike king jig head right in the corner of the yap. Get out of there, Betsy.
Corner of the yap, is that what he was?
Yeah, right in the yap. That's what my dad used to call it. Right in the yap. Nice fish. And again, you can do this, you know, golf course ponds and residential ponds. All over, hold that great game fish right there. Woo! Look out, KVD, here we come, buddy. Closed captioning brought to you by Gator Ford. We're in the middle of this, I don't know how big this lake is.
60 acres.
60 acres? We're in the middle of a 60-acre lake on some private land out here in the middle of Florida, about 30 miles east of Tampa. My very good friend, one of my dearest friends, Captain Ben Marshall, said, Mikey, we gotta go fish these lakes, catch some bass. So we did, and by golly, ever since the first hump that we came across this morning, we've been catching fish. That one's a little one. It's one of the smallest ones we've caught this morning. Beautiful morning though, it's early spring. It's not hot out. Sun's not gonna beat on us all day. It's a great time of the year to get out and do this. So far it's been super exciting. It's way out of my comfort zone. Usually I'm covered in salt water and spinning rods. Today we're freshwater and casting rods, bait casters, and Ben's voice is getting deep again. Absolutely a fantastic morning. There's a good fish.
See, I threw behind you and you wouldn't throw behind you. I told you there might be some nice fish. Now see, no black tail, but stripes. How about that?
Oh God, this one's a pig. Woo! Oh!
What is that?
This would be a fist pumper. If this was a bass tournament, we'd be fist pumping crazy. Look at that.
That was a hog.
Oh my God,
that was a monster.
Fish. Wow.
That was a fish that 9 out of 10 bass fishermen would mount.
Well, and any quality bass fisherman watching is thinking that guy has no clue what he's doing, and you would be absolutely 110% correct. Oh, I was gonna say, the minute I set the hook, I'm like, this ain't the last one. I set the hook and the last one pulled back. Yeah, this is a good spot, Ben. What a great lake. Incredible, look at that. Oh, another pig, another pig. Woo! Come on, baby, that's a big fish. Come on, come on, come on. No way, no way. Stay with me. Woo-hoo-hoo. Come here, look at the bucket mouth on this thing. Oh, look at that. Oh, huh? That's one of those, isn't it? That's when the bass guys go crazy. Woo! Ben, look at that beauty. That's the biggest bass I've ever. How big is that fish, Ben? 5, 6 pounds?
That's at least 5.
Woo! Can you imagine what a 10-pound bass looks like? What a cool fish.
This lake is reclaimed phosphate pond, if you will. So it's deep. And you got 30, 35 foot of water in this lake. So even in the summer where a shallow lake the water gets really warm, they've always got temperament cool thermoclines for these fish to stay in, stay cool. I don't think they mind the heat that much, but when you got that much volume, also can support a lot more shad and food fish for the bass.
We are literally on top of this hump. We're in 3.5 feet of water, but all the way around us is 30 feet of water, and as these fish are approaching the shallows, they're on the edges coming up to feed, and we're kind of picking them off as they come this way. Bass fishing is so much about patience and the right presentation. It tends to work on my ADD a little bit.
Well, you get into color. Remember, that kind of depth, a lot of your colors are going to go neutral, especially reds, pinks. So you got to put a little magic in the movement.
Yeah, it's all about the wiggle.
The wiggle. Hey, I got a blacktail.
Oh, yours is a good one, Ben.
I got a blacktail. Mine's bigger. That's all that matters.
It is. It is bigger. That's all that matters. There we go. Look at that, huh?
How about that for a double? Sweet.
Yours is bigger.
I'd use yours for bait.
Woo! How good is that? In today's Real Animals Tackle Box, Ben and I are using 7-foot 1-inch medium heavy fast action Envy and Omen casting rods by 13 Fishing. We're throwing Quantum Smoke SL100 HPT bait casting reels with 20-pound monofilament line. We're throwing Strike King KVD 4-inch swimmin' caffeine shad in white on a 3/8 ounce Strike King jig head, and the Strike King 3.5-inch Shadowlicious in green gizzard, also fished on a 3/8 ounce Strike King jig head. We caught a bunch of fish on the Strike King Ocho in blue craw and the Fat Baby Finesse Worm in watermelon red flake. Real Animals Tackle Box is brought to you by Quantum, the real choice for the real animals. Strike King, #1 in fishing lures. 13 Fishing, make your own luck. Mirrolure, the record setters. Ben and I found this hump. All of a sudden we were kind of just trolling, motoring around looking. All of a sudden we were in 3 feet of water. We set the power pole, and almost every bait that's hitting the water, we're catching a fish. I got a really nice one. Ben's had a whole bunch of hookups. We've even gone to just switching to some different baits. Both of us made a couple of casts with the new baits, both getting bit. Absolutely incredible, incredible fishery right here. There's a lot of these lakes. There's a lot of places you can do this. There's residential ponds and lakes in neighborhoods, golf courses. There's some scattered all over the state of Florida. Some of the best bass fishing in the country is right here. So even though a lot of us are in love with saltwater, I'm in love with saltwater fishing, it is great just to get in this fresh water, do a little fishing, catch some bass. Absolutely a fantastic morning. Hit it real close to the boat. I think these fish are pretty shallow, Benny.
There's fish all around us. I mean, I just cast 30 feet. That was just a little 30-foot. Boy, and he's got it too now.
Yeah, that's the only bad part about that.
Plugs are nice, but I'll tell you another thing, when you look at the mouth on that one, when you're taking the plug out of a fish's mouth, if he shakes just right,
you could wear it.
That's a beautiful fish, Mike.
That is a beautiful fish. I haven't seen one this morning that's not.
Oh!
What are you so happy about over there, Ben Marshall?
God, this fish is strong now. Look at
Boy,
that
that's
guy.
a big one. It's a nice fish.
He's very strong.
Really nice fish.
That's a beauty. Come here, little fellow. We're gonna get you fixed up here. Big mouth on that fish. I like it when I can just pop that bait loose. Sweet.
I'm using a 3/8 ounce jig head today because I know me and I tend to work the baits a little faster than what you should. So I like to go a little heavier on my jig heads to help my bait stay in that strike zone.
Plus, we're fishing no shallower than 5 feet.
Right.
And up to 14, 15 feet. So if you put too light of a weight or a jig head on there, You're not gonna keep it down there where they're
And I
staying.
was caught all my fish so far on that Shadalicious. This is the swimming caffeine shad that I use a lot in the saltwater presentations, and we're gonna just try and use it
It
here
doesn't
and
work. I just made a cast and didn't catch one.
Let's see if we can catch a fish on it.
Oh, great.
Sorry. Just as you said power pole up, he ate it. It's not my fault. Right in the top of the yap. Come here. Look at that, huh? That's a blast. Bass fishing tournaments are very popular, a lot of fun, and a great way to meet other anglers or coworkers. The Mosaic Company employees have a bass fishing club that brings together employees and their families from different facilities around the state, and invited the Real Animals camera crew out to Lake Arbuckle one Saturday to meet some members and pick up a few pointers.
All right, Rick, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's get his done so he can get it back in the water here.
Okay.
This is Mosaic Bass Club, and we actually started in 1984, and this is our 30th year.
One fish, one live big fish.
We had 17 boats and 33 fishermen. It was pretty hot today and stuff, but we did pretty good on keeping fish alive, and that's one of our main goals there.
443.
Safety in the environment is very important to Mosaic, and we do have rules in our club that they must have a running live well and stuff and do their best to keep the fish alive. We try to protect the habitat and all that and release the fish. We have a dead fish penalty.
Grand total.
Yeah.
15.05. 1505.
1505.
Good catch.
Our club always has had catch and release. You know, it's just good for the fish and be there to catch another day.
We got 15, that's first place and big bass.
First place got $264, and then Big Bass got $165, and they got both of that, so they got a pretty good paycheck today.
Hey, great job. Great job, y'all.
If you've been thinking about casting your line in a tournament, but don't know if you're ready or where to start, there is no skill level required, and you can find open tournaments in your area online. Our friends in the Mosaic Bass Fishing Club encourage you to find someone with experience and ask a lot of questions. So we asked Larry Sweeney if he would share a few tips with us.
If you never fished a tournament, you're wanting to get into it, know the rules. We got another teammate here fishing. Now, if he had his trolling motor up and the anchor down, you've got to stay 50 yards from him because that's his fishing area. If you don't do that, then you can get disqualified. When you're tournament fishing, you're not allowed to use any live bait. It's strictly all official bait. And you're just allowed one rod in the water at one given time. You can swap rod and reels, but just one in your hand at one given time. You don't want to gut hook fish. You don't want to try to pull it out here. Cut the line, the hook will rust away. If it is bleeding, take Mountain Dew. Always keep a bottle of Mountain Dew on your boat. Pour it down its throat, and it will stop the bleeding instantly.
Ben and I landed on a hump, about 3.5 feet of water at the shallowest point, set the power pole, just tore him up. Almost every cast was another nice fish. And he came up and ate that one. So we're out looking for another hump, and just as we come across him, we're fishing him a little bit, and we came across a spot here in about 7.5, 8 feet of water, and I was actually just talking to the camera, letting my bait drag behind the boat, but because of the vibration of that swimming caffeine shad tail, it came up and whacked it. When you get in these lakes like this, there's an abundance of fish. there tends to be a little bit of competition for a meal. And when you can get in that situation, you can catch a lot of nice fish. A lot of nice fish.
That is good fish.
It sure looked like a good one. Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, he's pulling drag.
He is pulling drag. How cool is that? Dude, that's a stud. Oh my, oh, come on, stay with me, girl. Oh, look at that.
Okay, you're not much on quantity, but you're pretty good on quality.
Look at that stud, dude. KBD. Get out of that grass. Look at that.
That's a good fish.
Oh.
Now there's, that one's 6 or 7.
Oh. Yeah, whatever. Look at that fish, dude.
That's probably a 7-pound fish
Listen.
right there.
Listen. Let me this. Yeah, look at that. Woo! How cool is that? Oh man. Huh? Yeah. Captain Ben Marshall, fantastic day on the water, unbelievable.
Great day.
Good stuff, good stuff. Bass fishing in Central Florida with your best pal, you absolutely can't beat it. If you want to come do it, I'll get you hooked up with the people in the know. Give me a call at 1-866-GAMEFISH. For more great fishing info, you can log on to the website, realanimalsfishingteam.com. Remember, you can follow me on Facebook at Facebook/RealAnimals, and whatever you do, don't let your kid be the one that got away.